Can you please describe the actions that the SEC has taken to shut down crypto firms and recover funds for harmed investors? How much in penalties have defendants paid in cases you have settled? Are crypto firms getting the message?
Thank you. I do share your concerns that this is a field that's rife with fraud and manipulation and scams, and the American public is still getting hurt by the non-compliance in this field.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. We have stocks slightly down. And we have futures contracts ending. We have back tomorrow and CME on Friday. Now, can Bitcoin hit 30,000? And yes, it can, guys, if we get some type of news. But as long as yield rates are this high and the dollar is strong, we know there's no way it's going to hit 30,000 next month. The Fed is shrinking liquidity, so we would need some great news in order to get us up to 30,000. Now, guys, do not forget to watch the video I did last night. We have MoneyGram to launch non-custodial wallet by Q1 of 2024. And then, guys, we have Gary Gensler in the house today. You know I'm going to be bringing you that video later on. But make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are moving up as I'm doing this video. We have the dollar getting stronger. We know yield rates moving up, dollar moving up. We know that's not good for the markets. Now, in crypto, we have volume slightly up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Circle's EuroPeg stablecoin is now available on the Stellar network. And we know the NWO believes in 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And we clearly see with the banking crisis, Circle got caught up in it, but we see they're moving globally. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Fed and the repo is sitting at 1.4 trillion. Now we have the BOE to delay implementing Basel banking reforms by 6 months, starting July 1st, 2025, and should be fully implemented by 2030. But guys, we know the 2030 agenda has definitely been moved up, and all we're waiting for is that main event. Now we have the BIS calls on countries to set up CBDC legislation. And we know CBDC stablecoins are illegal in the United States. But we know the NWO is going to be pushing that paperwork. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, we are living 1913 all over again. Now we have Grayscale sending about $21.4 billion. Now we have the SEC pushes deadline for ARC21 shares spot Bitcoin ETF to January. And we stated, if nothing happens in fall, we know we'll get an ETF at the beginning of the year. Remember, the emerging markets are going to flip that switch in 2024. The United States is going to follow behind in 2025. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have former White House official Lauren Believe will lead Ripple's policy and government arm. Now we have Kraken secures money license registration in Spain and Ireland. And remember, these exchanges are nothing but banks. But as we can see, these exchanges are moving globally. Now we have SDX Crypto Exchange gets its 6th bank. Also, we have Cricket World Cup to feature Web3 fan app as ICC taps into Near Protocol. And guys, we know that's all about adoption. Now we have Binance to sell entire Russian business to ComEx. And we know the Binance movie continues. And then lastly, guys, we have Chainlink CCIP goes live on Coinbase Ethereum Layer 2 network base. And we know where all that information is going. That's right, guys, Swift. And we know blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye. And Chainlink is pulling all that information for those blockchains and giving all that data to Swift. And we know whoever controls all the data controls the globe. And never forget, Bitcoin and crypto was supposed to replace the banks, not work with the banks. Now we're seeing everybody working with the banks. And we know we heard out Brad Garlinghouse's own mouth. He's there to help the banks. And we're seeing all these top crypto projects were funded from the beginning for the big banks and big corporations. And we see these same big banks and big corporations leveraging all this technology, including AI. So guess what, guys? This was all part of the plan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.